Hello and welcome to Re-enthused. Today, we have a nice blank table here. Now, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So, when you collect retro gaming stuff, or retro computer stuff, full stop, then you tend to be either sending stuff off for repair or repairing stuff a lot. Now, I tend to repair the stuff myself. There's a few things that maybe I'll end up sending off to someone else because they might be a bit too much to me. I'm very much novice in terms of electronics. I'm not an expert by any means. But basically I have quite a large stack of stuff to be repaired. So I thought I'd just show off the items that are currently just sitting there, which will eventually hopefully have a video when they're working, if they are ever working, of course. So let's start with this. And this is a Cassio PV1000. Well, that's just right there. You can read that. This was one of Cassio's first consoles. It, like all of Cassio's consoles, really, it was not successful. This technically, well, I don't know if it's working or not because I don't have anything at all. So I haven't got the controllers, which are proprietary. I haven't got any cartridges. I haven't got a power lead. The power lead is probably easy enough to solve. This is an AC adapter, so probably not easy enough to resolve. But yeah, so I don't know if that's working, but it's missing parts. So I will be taking it apart and finding out some information about it before I can do anything with it anyway. Right, on to the next one. Right, number 2. This one's a bit heavy. Oh, there we are. So, yep, this is an NEC Personal Computer 6001, PC 6001. Now, this is a fascinating Z80 based machine. We did over in the UK especially, but Europe full stop. We had a bit of a love affair with a Z80, which of course it is by far the best 8-bit microprocessor going. But Japan even more so. So many of their genuinely unique machines were based on the Z80. A lot of NEC's computers and Sharp, their X1. An amazing machine which I will one day own one of. That was a Z80 base. So yeah, so this is a fantastic Z80 base machine, which is pretty messy because it's been sitting around. This powers up to a white screen. I have a feeling it's something to do with memory chips or one of the logic chips or gates. So I haven't had a chance to probably look at it. One of the screws inside is stripped, which is really annoying. So I'm going to have to work out how to get that out without damaging anything else. But yeah, I will hopefully again get this working. Right, on to the next one. Here we go. So this here is a Commodore Vic20. Now this one may never be working. It's missing quite a few of the chips inside. And yeah, that number 2 key's broken off at the stalk. It's a little bit yellow, but it's not too bad for something of this age. So I've kept it around. I will try to get parts to fix it, but yeah, it's not a definite one, this one. Right, on to the next one. Right, now there are 3 of these. I got them in one auction. So yeah, a TA99 4A. I got 3. They're not all broken. I know for a fact that 2 of them work, but they are all missing a power supply. But I am currently designing a DC power supply for these. As soon as that's done, which is taking a little while because I just want to get it so it doesn't blow up, for obvious reasons. Then these will technically be working. There is one that is definitely broken. It goes to a black screen. Again, I suspect that's probably the memory chips, but we will find out when we get round to it. Right. I won't bother even trying to diagnose that one properly until I know I've got a properly working power supply, obviously. Anyway, next. Right, it's a Gameboy Pocket. Now, this is kind of working. It's mostly working. It's got a bit of screws are missing for a start. It mostly works, but oh yeah, that's where I put the screws. I was way ahead of myself on that one. When I opened it up, it had some quite severe rot on the motherboard, and the sound isn't working. But it does actually play games now, which it didn't before. So we're kind of partially there. That one will I suspect be definitely fixed. Next. I did a video on Bandai's consoles, and I said at some point I'll touch on the consoles that they did before, like the Pippin and stuff. And this is one of them, and it's a rebranding of the Arcadia 2001. Now, this has many issues. It powers on, there's power going through, but we don't get anything on the screen. Yeah, I'm nowhere near fixing this. So this basically, as soon as this is fixed, and I'll be able to do the first part of the Bandai video. I was hoping to have this fixed, which is the reason why I did the video. But I wanted to do that one, so I just did it anyway before this one was fixed. So I'll just do a part 2, which will be a kind of a prequel. You know what I mean? Anyway. It's a lovely looking machine. I think the Arcadia is a lovely looking console. They normally have little stalk things in here you can remove, by the way, so you can use them as joysticks as well. But it's just a fantastic looking game. I really love the cartridges. They all look hand drawn, and all of them are like this as well. This isn't just something somebody's done. These bits are obviously ripped. And the boxes are the same as well. They all look hand drawn. So I really do love the Arcadia, and I will definitely get this one working. Right, an Atari 800 XL. This one's kind of special for me, not this particular one, but the machine, because this is kind of the only non-Sinclair machine I had in the early days. I was very much a Sinclair man, but in between the 48K and the Plus 3, my family got this cheap from Rumbelows as a box set. I had a poor family, so we couldn't splash out all that much. So this was a big present to get because they couldn't really afford stuff like this. So it was a sort of thing to get. I played all of the bundle games just constantly, and most of them were educational. But no, it's a fantastic machine, and I will get this working. It's got a lot of screen corruption. I'm guessing one of the memory controllers or the memory chips itself have gone. So yeah, we will work out what's wrong with that. I really want to get this one working. Also, the power lead, I haven't got it up here, but whoever owned it, they kind of chopped it off, so the actual plug is about that much off cord from the from the power lead, so I'll be replacing that as well. Right. Okay, this is just a representation because I have countless Spectrums, a couple of Pluses as well. Yeah, they're all in various stages of problem. This one is basically done up. It's also partially sellotaped. Yeah, just lots of them. Lots of Spectrums that work, or yeah, look at that. It's just coming straight off. That needs to be re-glued. And oh yeah, this one's apart. There we go. Yeah, just all sorts of different issues. This one is, I believe, it's got the the ULA had died in this, so I bought the replacement ULA, which works really well, by the way. So yeah, on this one, it's definitely got dodgy. Yeah, those are not in good shape. So the membranes are gone on that one as well. Yeah, just various issues with lots of Spectrums. I have several. Right. This one's really hard to get in shot. So this is a Pioneer MPC LX200. And yeah, so effectively it's a Power Mac, but a clone one that Pioneer made in Japan. It supposedly has very good sound output, and this is a couple of sets of speakers on here. Now this has a few issues. It was, when I got it, I'm out of breath because this thing weighs a lot. When I got it, it had some Vata def going on, so the Vata battery had gone, and it just doesn't power up now. I've tested the power supply, that works fine, so I'm guessing there is some broken tracks on the inside, which I just need to put aside a lot of time to trace, because yeah, it takes a lot of time to trace them. I'm just going to see if I can get this open to show you inside. I only did the screws thumb tight because I've been in and out this thing for a while. It's kind of handy. Look, it's got little latch that comes down, and you can just pull out the CPU. So there you go. Put in my thing. I was making sure that it didn't need a power supply at the battery side. So I put that in. But yeah, it's going to take some digging, quite a lot of digging around to work out where the issues are. I've cleaned off all the corrosion. There was quite a lot of it around here. That's where the battery was. That's all been cleaned off. These components mostly pinging out okay, so we need to find out where, if there is a broken trace. I'm assuming so. Who knows? It may not actually be this. It might be something else entirely, but that seems the most likely candidate. So yes. This may be the one that I end up sending to someone else, mainly because I would really like to get this working, because it's just a fascinating machine. I've always wanted one of the Mac clones, but getting a European one has proven really difficult. I owned one back in the day, oddly enough, so getting this back in sometimes is not easy. There's little rails that it needs to run on. But yeah, I wanted a Mac clone for quite a while, and then just, yeah, oddly, the one I found happened to be a Japanese one. And after not seeing any forever, I saw suddenly two at once on auction sites. One that I didn't bid for, and one that I did. So yeah, I didn't get it very much either. So I mean, because I assume this would be quite collectible, but nobody really bid for it. So that's always good. Right, I've decided just to leave that there because it's too heavy to move around. So this is my backup Epoch Super Cassette Vision, which is one of my favourite consoles. Really love this console. Lots of very good games. This Boulder Dash is a very good version of Boulder Dash. Yeah, this one just goes to a blue screen. I needed a lot of work. There is some corrosion inside, so there's a couple of ceramic caps which maybe have gone. It's pretty rare for ceramic caps, so who knows? But I will take a look. I really do want to get this working, and I will probably sell it, to be honest, because I own a fully working Super Cassette Vision, so I don't need to. It's missing the lovely little smoky plastic brown cover that goes over the top as well, which, yeah, you know, it looks like a high-end video switcher when that's down, but it's still nice. There are other machines, but they're kind of buried away, so there's at least two Amiga A400 pluses, but they are definitely dead. There is just far too much corrosive damage to the traces. I mean, you could repair it, but I think literally the time and materials would not be worth it. I may replace them with a couple of A500 plus motherboards, because a lot of the components on them are fine, so I can just reclaim them. There's a couple of printers as well, which I may try and get working. I might just sell, I don't know. A Commodore printer and a Citizen printer. And yeah, I mean, there's always other stuff as well, to be fair. There's always stuff to repair. There's the Bandai handheld that I showed in that last video, that needs its digitizer fixed and the polarizer replaced so it works properly. It's one of those things, though, I'm not in any rush to fix that. I probably will do it eventually, but not immediately. Right. Well, that's that. Yeah, a lot of stuff to do. I've not had much time to work on things, so not a lot of progress been made on these repairs. There's also the ICL one per desk, which I started doing the piece on, and accidentally put 19 volts for it rather than 12 volts because I was an idiot and didn't check my bench power supply before connecting it. So I fried that. There's actually no voltage protection on the inside of the one per desk at all. And so that took the full brunt. I will attempt to repair it, or probably actually replace it if I can find another one. Right. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. If you really enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. See you next time.